This afternoon certainly was a rainy one for us, and that continued into the evening hours. Starting to dry out for most of us, but we are still tracking a few showers around the coastal empire and into the low country. We're stepping outside right now. There's the view of Ellis Square and City Market. You can see the sheen of the wet sidewalks out there and the street lights for tonight. Temperature-wise, we did make it just into the upper 80s to lower 90s thanks to the heavy rain and the cloud cover around, cooling off into the 70s. Right now, middle 70s at the airport. Dry despite the clouds sticking around. And as far as the rain that we had earlier in the day, we certainly did have some flooding issues, especially in around Savannah down into Bryan County, where we've had Viper radar estimating nearly 5 inches of rain, and there's a swath of very heavy rainfall amount that extends out into the western part of the area. Viper radar estimating that portion of Candler County getting up to maybe about 7 inches of rain. So really beneficial, meaningful rainfall for us this afternoon. We keep some showers around for tonight, but mainly drying out going into the early morning hours of Wednesday. Still some light showers in the western part of the area. It's more into the southwestern part of the area where we still have some of the heavier rain setting up, but Metter and places like Statesboro getting some of that rain, but out into portions of Appling County, Bacon County, and a small portion of Jeff Davis County near Hazelhurst still getting a little bit of that heavier rain for tonight. Did have a coastal flood advisory that expired at 11 o'clock. High tide at Fort Pulaski peaked at 9.67 feet. So that's just above minor flood stage. So we did have some minor saltwater inundation. The next several high tide cycles will be lower than flood stage, but getting close to that tomorrow night. Forecast high tide 9.4 feet. So we'll be watching that pretty carefully. For tomorrow, overall, storm chances will be a little bit lower than what we had for today, but not totally dry. We will still have the chance for some showers and a few storms in the late afternoon and into the evening hours. High temperatures will warm into the lower 90s as a result of those slightly lower storm chances, but as conditions dry out even more for the later part of the work weekend into the weekend, our high temperatures will be back into the mid to upper 90s. Normal is 93 degrees right now, so not too far above normal, but either way, it is going to be a little bit hotter than what we've had for the last couple of days because of all the rain that we've been dealing with. For tomorrow morning by 9 o'clock, we will still have that cloudy sky around. A couple of stray showers possible by lunchtime, but that becomes a little bit more likely to see some of those storms developing in the later afternoon hours, but certainly not as widespread as what we had for today. Though where the rain does set up, we do have the potential for a few pockets of heavy rain developing, but we will dry out once again going into the later evening and overnight into very early Thursday morning. A couple of stray showers not out of the question as we do go into the overnight hours. Temperatures will be in the 70s. And then for tomorrow, we will warm into the upper 80s to lower 90s for those high temperatures. Any storms that develop, once again, will be fairly slow moving, so that will lead to some higher, very localized rainfall totals. For the boaters, we'll have a northwesterly wind around 5 to 10 knots, but that will actually subside in the later afternoon hours. That's why our seas are expected to just be at 2 feet. So over the next few days, the storm chances will get lower and the temperatures will get higher. Mid-90s for Friday and Saturday. A few spots will be a little bit hotter than that. We'll see a slight increase in storm chances for next Sunday and Monday.
All right, for tonight, though, the rain's pretty much done? Pretty
much, just a couple of stray showers. A few raindrops might be possible, but that is about it.
All right, Scott, thank you. Well, the nonprofit